How many people does it take to run a small seaside hotel and restaurant?
I've never seen so many fucking managers, supervisors, head receptionists and sous chefs. I'm absolutely gobsmacked.
In this week's Nightmares, I check into a real-life Faulty Towers to find out.
Thank you. God, it looks like something out of a porn movie.
I can't physically taste everything within the kitchen or I'll end up like a big air balloon, I would have thought.
I've spoken to the restaurant manager.
Yes.
I've spoken to the food and beverage manager.
Yes.
I'm now talking to the general manager. Fucking wake up, will you, yeah? Wake up!
The Sandgate Hotel is perched on a gorgeous stretch of the Kent coast. It's 24 miles from France, but a million miles from being a good hotel and restaurant.
The Sandgate Hotel. What a great spot.
It's got 15 rooms and a coveted AA rosette for its food, and I'm checking in. First test of any hotel is the reception. Always a great sign of how it's run.
You can smell it. Yeah, it's cool. They were just like they were sat at the bar about 5 minutes ago.
Hello. Thank you. Sorry, you on the phone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Is it urgent?
No, I'll tell him that I'm going. Yeah.
Tell him as a customer.
Sorry. I'll see you on Tuesday. Okay, ciao. Bye-bye, Martin.
Yeah, room number 4.
Thank you.
3 years ago, Lois and Peter Hamilton Slade pooled their life savings and bought the Sandgate. At the moment, this place is losing around $2,000 a week, so Peter has had to keep his engineering job while Lois runs the hotel and restaurant.
You've obviously run restaurants before?
No. No.
Never?
Never.
Or small guest houses then?
No.
Never?
Never. This
Jesus.
is our first effort.
This is the restaurant?
Oh, it's very small, isn't it?
Yes.
Huh? Very small.
Lois has gone from selling perfume at Gatwick Airport to managing this small boutique hotel by the sea.
And the food comes up through the stairs?
No, it comes through here.
Okay.
Dumb waiter.
Yeah.
Dumb waiter.
A husband and wife team running a hotel and a dumb waiter.
Don't worry.
Azoo!
Fucking hell. All the
From
food
the
comes
restaurant,
out of
yeah, to the kitchen. Restaurant to the kitchen.
there. And that must be a nightmare, no?
It seems to work very well.
Does it?
Yeah.
Extraordinarily, it's not just one restaurant. There's also a terrace barbecue, a bar, and Kent's first Japanese restaurant in the basement. It's a strange mix, but they do have one thing in common: no customers.
How long can it survive?
If we don't have a very good summer, or I don't think we'll get through the winter.
And if the shit hits the fan and that doesn't take place and we have a crap summer, what do you lose?
Probably $250,000.
Sometimes we've had comments that the food is inconsistent. I think that is a lot of the case when Stuart's not here. to be
And Stuart's
fair.
the
head chef.
Head chef. The Japanese chef, where's he from?
It's the same chef,
It's the
Stuart.
same one.
The same chef.
We haven't got
Yeah.
a Japanese chef.
But you've got a Japanese restaurant.
Yes.
Hello, how are you? Very well, thanks. And Stuart.
Stuart, 38, from Northumberland, he's been here for 6 months. It's his first head chef's job, but since he's got here, he started hearing voices.
What's that?
Yeah. What you got? My little system of communication.
Is it like that all night?
Yeah.
How do you concentrate with that?
Try and ignore it as much as possible.
Fucking hell. It's not driving around the bend.
Yeah.
Is that order for table 9?
Double 8.
Oh.
Hello?
Fuck me, 9.
Yeah. Hello?
Can you fuck off and do some work?
4 restaurants, 168 dishes, and 1 kitchen. Time to taste the food.
Okay, thank you. And they're the
specials.
the specials.
Yes, that's the a la carte.
And the a la carte. Can I have a look at the Japanese menu as well, please?
Of course you can.
Thank you. 4 in tonight, Saturday night for dinner.
So just to let you know, we don't actually serve Japanese in this restaurant. Just to let you know.
Right.
Okay.
So I'll go downstairs to my starter and come back here for a main course.
I need to see the food and beverage manager, see what I can do for you.
Food and beverage manager?
Yes.
Dear, oh dear, oh dear. I mean, what a way of pissing customers off. Are you the food and beverage manager? And sorry, first name?
Kevin.
Kevin. So you really want me to go downstairs and have my sushi there?
That's what I've been told by the general manager.
And who's that?
It's Kirsty.
Kirsty. Let me have a word with Kirsty.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. It's extraordinary. I've spoken to the restaurant manager.
Yes.
I've spoken to the food and beverage manager.
Yes.
I'm
Now
now talking to the
speaking to me.
general manager. Have you ever watched Fawlty Towers?
Yes.
Yeah.
I tell them Japanese starters.
We've got 3 managers, 2 waitresses, but only 4 customers. The numbers just don't add up. The rice is hard. What a cock-up. But it's not the only one. Next, chicken from the a la carte menu. Thank you. God, it looks like something out of a porn movie. It's enough to make your eyes water. Excuse me, waitress, I'm missing my bollocks.
Potatoes are just
It doesn't taste of chicken. It tastes of tomato. It's like sun-dried tomatoes running through it. But they're so, so strong. Not for me. The Mackie rolls. Who made them?
I did.
And how old are you?
18.
18. So you don't taste anything that this 18-year-old cook?
I can't physically taste everything within the kitchen, or I'll end up like a big air balloon, I would have thought. I like the... I like to obviously taste as much as I can.
A head chef who doesn't taste his food is asking for trouble. I've never seen anyone cut it before. It's the only way to maintain control and keep up standards. Plenty of time.
I think that the rice is underdone.
Thank you. That's all. It's really important for you and I to obviously stay on the level.
Like I say, you can see I'm not Japanese.
Clearly.
I'm not trying to dig a hole and try and escape for your sushi. That was I've still got in my teeth.
Stuart doesn't want to cook Japanese food. The people of Sandgate don't want to eat Japanese food. So why in the hell have they got a Japanese restaurant? This place doesn't know what it's doing, and that's clearly down to one thing: bad management. Lois has got more managers than the Ritz. But I can't work out who's running this place, and I've got a sneaky feeling no one else can either.
The business is in danger of closing. I don't think you actually know how dire the situation is. The amount of management and the amount of staff in such a small place I've never seen in my entire life. You know that. I've never been so confused with supervisors and managers and head receptionists. You're running this hotel like a 350-bedroom, 5-star deluxe. And the most important worry is, no one seems to be controlling it.
I've come up with an exercise to try and find out who is in charge.
Drop this stone in the bucket of the person you think is in control of the Sandgate Hotel.
The whole organisation.
The whole organisation.
Oh dear, he's gone past all the managers and ignored Lois.
Okay.
Next, Luca, the restaurant manager. Surely he must know. He's just picked the head receptionist. Next up is Kevin, the food and beverage manager.
Have more stones.
Can you have more stones?
Everybody should be running it. That's the point.
Everybody should be running it.
Yeah, it should be run as a group.
That's what I'm trying to get through now. That's the problem. Everybody is running it, and there's no one controlling it.
Okay.
The voice from the top.
Yep.
Thank you. And you hit the nail on the head. That's what's exactly fucking happening. Everybody's trying to run it, and they're not doing their own jobs. So interesting. We're all here now, and there's 5 of you that have got stones in your buckets. So already there's a conflicting message.
If this business is to survive, Lois needs to take command of it. She's got a few stones, but she's got no bollocks. If she doesn't grow a pair, the hotel is going to be washed up. The Sandgate Hotel in Kent has lost £33,000 in the first 4 months of this year. But while Rome burns, Lois and Peter, the owners, seem determined to eat, drink and be merry. Meal after meal after meal.
My brief when I started was it's run like Lois and Peter's living room. And that's how they wanted it. That's basically what I was told.
What? Run it as if it's their lounge.
Basically.
Fuck me.
Running a hotel and restaurant is not the same as eating and drinking in one. Lois and Peter bought a dream. Now they need to wake up to the fact that it's a business, not a second home. Day 3 at Sandgate Towers, and a chance to see the terrace barbie.
Fucking hell. Hardly a day for a fucking barbecue. I feel like I'm at a fucking car boot sale.
Stuart's worked in some good kitchens in his career, but they get him to set up a portable barbie. It's heartbreaking.
You're not gonna get any customers today. I will. Size of that fucking thing.
Surely they can't make their head chef suffer anymore.
Kitchen. Kitchen, are you there? Are we all set?
Give us 4 minutes on a bison garnish, please.
Where's that to, Calais?
This place is like a jigsaw, but none of the pieces fit.
Strange setup. So he's out there on the barbecue, and you're left to run the kitchen. Fucking hell, you're 20 years of age, you're 18 years of age. I mean, how come you got all that responsibility? And what happens when it's busy?
Shit.
Who would put someone who's clearly a good chef in charge of a barbecue? Time to find out from the manager. But which one? Kirsty,
How are you?
the general manager, is Lois's daughter-in-law. Before coming to Britain, she worked in restaurants in her native New Zealand.
The barbecue, how would you describe that?
My aim was for a Kiwi barbecue.
I thought that. That sort of
Salads.
territorial Kiwi beach life.
Something like that, yeah.
But sweetheart, we're not in fucking Auckland.
I
We're in
know.
Sandgate.
The lack of focus in this place is astounding. Lois hasn't even got her flagship fine dining restaurant under control.
The majority of the complaints that come through are normally on your day off. Have you ever eaten in the restaurant?
No.
Because if the complaints are going on when you're not here, you've got to see what they're serving in the dining room so you can really do something about it properly and identify it. Are we too complicated? Is the menu too big? Are they inexperienced? Do we need to simplify it? What do I need to do as a head chef? You're the food and beverage manager. Have you ever eaten up here?
No.
How can you relate to your customer's experience if you're not experienced at the same time? Go upstairs, order.
Yep.
I think you'll find something very interesting going on there.
Yep.
Kirsty hasn't worked at the sharp end of the business for about 8 months. So today, she's going to waitress.
I don't know what's on and what's off, but I'm sure you do.
Stuart's number 2 in the kitchen is 21-year-old Johnny.
Hello?
So what's going first, Johnny?
I'm going to send this bar food first, and then the starters. The bread's just gone up to the 2, but I can't find anyone to take it out of the lift yet.
God. Is it always like this?
Yeah.
Johnny runs the kitchen 2 days a week when Stuart's off. This is my chance to see how he copes.
Come on, guys, that's 10 minutes, those plates have been there, yeah? We're fucking around with the garnish.
They're a young team to be cooking such elaborate food.
Yeah.
And just to add to it, Johnny, they ordered it over 1 hour ago, yeah?
Yeah.
Let's get it out, guys, come on. I'm not going to allow you to send them. This is really important for you, you know that, from a professional point of view. Because you've got to go all the way up to the top in this fucking industry, not serving shit like that, big boy.
No.
I know what you're doing by serving that shit is,
No, nearly.
hey, destroying the place. And that's just on a fucking burger. And I know you can do better than that, you know that?
I know I can do better.
There you go, so fucking do it.
Yeah.
There are only 9 customers in for lunch. But it's well over an hour before Stuart and Kevin get their mains.
Undercooked. That bell's annoying, isn't it?
Can't make it up here.
So did you get that I cancelled my starter?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Kevin and Stuart aren't the only unhappy customers.
Johnny, table 9 have fucked off. They've gone. That's the table that had no starters, went straight to the main courses. Where's the ticket gone?
In the bin.
Why have you put it in the bin?
I didn't, but that's where it's ended up.
Fucking wake up, will you, yeah? Wake up!
This is one of the worst lunch services I've ever seen. Johnny's tried his best, but the real culprit is clear. It's Stuart's food. It's just far too complicated.
Certainly been educational, to say the least.
Stuart's had a shock upstairs too.
I never thought I would be so embarrassed. I actually walked out.
You walked out?
Yeah.
Fucking hell, why did you walk out?
Because I seen someone else eating my desserts that I'd been waiting for 35 minutes.
A head chef walking out of his own restaurant. This place has sunk about as low as it can go.
Morning. How are you?
Stuart's seen firsthand what's wrong upstairs. I think the best people to tell him what's wrong downstairs are his own brigade. But I think the young chefs like this soft-hearted Geordie so much, they've been too afraid to pipe up in case they hurt his feelings. It's time they told their boss a few home truths.
So whoever catches the bass today, as you catch that bass, you turn around openly and tell Stuart something. You've got a lot to say, haven't you?
What happens if I catch you one? Who can I cry to?
Fucking me, big boy.
Here we go. Come on. Come to daddy.
The bass.
Oh, ho, ho.
Round of applause. Whee! More important, what you got to say?
All right, Stu.
Quickly, because Luke's in.
You've got lovely menu, but there's too much of it.
Thank you.
Well
Luke.
Whee!
Well done, Luke. What have you got to tell Chef?
I just think that the menu's nice and that. I think there's too many garnishes really for the dishes.
No problems, mate. Thanks for telling us.
That's all it is really.
At 38, Stuart's old to have just got his first head chef's job.
Well
And I think he's desperate to impress.
If we simplify it, I think we can get the taste a lot better and we can get the stuff looking so much better instead of having to try and rush it out all the time. I just don't like the service being manic because I know that I can do better myself and I know the rest of us can.
Great. They're starting to enjoy themselves. Team spirit's vital to a good kitchen.
Nice one.
Yeah. Well done, Johnny. Two of the biggest fish so far. Little fucker.
The only one pissed off is me. 4 hours on the English Channel and I didn't catch a thing. Sandgate is twinned with Sandgate, a French town 24 miles across the channel. But instead of seeking inspiration from France, Lois and Kersey have got their chefs cooking food from New Zealand and Japan, 6,000 miles away. My plan is to bring them home.
Sea bass. You're not going to get any better, any fresher quality ingredients than that. It's on your doorstep. And that's what I want you to take advantage of.
Stuart's sea bass dish on the a la carte menu has 15 ingredients, which is why the boys struggle so much with it. I'm going to show them the simpler version with just 5 ingredients.
And then just let the knife do the work. I'm sure. In. Back on the stove. I think what I'm trying to do is just show you how easy it can be. One person can do this, narrow down the complexity of it, and it can be done within 3 or 4 minutes. You know that? Yeah? Sea bass. And the dishes can be just as exciting with less on there because we're concentrating on the sea bass being hot, the dish being less complex, and flavour.
Lois has been guilty of putting unrealistic demands on Stuart. No chef with a small team can cook 168 dishes really well. We've got to convince her and Peter that less is more.
Absolutely amazing.
Superb.
The sea bass has won them over, but there's bad news.
We sadly had a letter this morning to say that we've lost our AA rosette.
Yeah. Have you got the letter with you? Sorry.
It was for the food guide.
Right.
One AA rosette is awarded for food cooked with care and skill. But forced to cook for 4 restaurants, Stuart has slipped below that standard.
It's a kick in the bollocks for any chef. There's no two ways about that. But in a way, it's a clean start. we turn the page, we make it less complex, and we go again. Fucking hell. Oh dear.
We haven't got long to turn this place around, and I'm worried. I don't know if the big friendly giant will be able to pick himself up from this one.
Bad news, mate. Just lost the rosette.
What's that?
It's gone. They've taken it away. I'm gutted. What can we do? It's a kick in the teeth. It's a bullet to the heart.
If Lois isn't careful, it won't just be Stuart's professional pride down the pan. Less is more on the plate, and in the hotel. We need to simplify everything so what's left can sparkle. The weakest link is the Japanese restaurant.
How's it going? Sugoi. Up and down. Up and down.
It's costing more to staff than it's making. Last week, it took just £290.
I'm personally worried about it. What about you?
It's toothache.
I think we're in love with the idea more than we are with the success of the business. And my idea is to close it and to stop hemorrhaging money.
What would you suggest we did with it?
Here, I think you've got a perfect room for private dining, an overspill from the restaurant.
That's a good idea. It's a fantastic idea.
And I think whether he's got the bollocks to tell you or not, I'm going to tell you, he's not very comfortable cooking it. He's not a fucking Japanese chef. He's a Geordie.
I put the food back on the road to recovery and got rid of that stupid Japanese. But front of house is still a shambles.
Hello, when did you book?
When we arrived this evening.
Oh, OK, no problems. Right, I do have some space for you. OK, but I don't have you on my list. I'm sorry.
Sorting out the chaotic customer service is too much even for me.
Would you like to take a seat?
Basil thought he wouldn't like it, but what this place needs is a Frenchman.
Fuck me. Am I happy to see you? Are you well? I'm very well. Yeah, I'd like to introduce you to Jean-Baptiste. He's my maitre d' from Claridge's.
Jean-Baptiste is in charge of 70 waiters. If there's anyone who can help Lois organise the restaurant, it's him.
Right, so let's have a look at the dumb waiters.
He'll take control upstairs, while I help Stuart keep things shipshape downstairs.
Where the food comes up from the kitchen and to the restaurant.
So the customers can hear the waitresses talking, the restaurant manager talking, and the buzzer also sort of, there you go, goes right through the dining room. There you go.
That, when the first, or any of the call.
Big task.
Within minutes of arriving, Jean-Baptiste bans the intercom system. From now on, the waiters will have to go downstairs and talk to the chefs face to face.
Hello, good afternoon. How are you?
Even the basics aren't looked after here. Luca, the restaurant manager, hasn't got enough cold water for lunch.
Yeah, because you're gonna run out of water very quickly, my friend. Huh? If Emily, you got 2 bottles of water. Yeah, but what I would do, I would give them tumblers with ice and lemon. And what about if you don't want any ice and lemon? They're too warm. Unfortunately. Yeah, but this is a fucking disgrace, you know? Unfortunately. How are you gonna do that? Luca, those glasses, they're fucking dirty. Look at that. This is what we need to change, Luca. We have to be customer orientated, okay?
Front of house have had absolutely no leadership or quality control from Lois.
Of course, further, I take the menu.
You are the owner, okay? You got a restaurant manager, got some waiter to bring the menu, okay? While you're here to be here, facing the customers, welcome them, okay? Welcome home, you know?
This is exactly what I wanted to
but
do.
welcome home.
First check is in.
You're right. Not too hard.
Clear face-to-face communication like this should cut out all the wrong orders and misunderstandings.
Okay, that wasn't difficult, was it? What's it like having the tickets in the kitchen now, in your hands?
On control.
You feel in control?
Yeah. I can spend a little bit more time cooking, which is what I'm best at.
That's fucking banned, guys. Look, hello. Yeah? No one touches that fucking thing, okay?
We need to pick up the bread and the butter now. So who's gonna do it if not? Kevin, who's gonna do it? Him? So customer.
Yeah, they work here.
They're working here. So what do you mean they're working here? The staff is coming in like that?
A member of staff ignoring Lois and heading for the bar, and she hasn't batted an eyelid. What's going on?
You're the fucking owner.
Exactly.
He did not even say hello to you. Can you believe that?
No.
It's a fucking nightmare. It's a bad organization. It's a lack of communication, a lack of team spirit, team leader. Nobody knows what they're doing. The waiter is managing the owner. The owner doesn't know what she's doing. It's a fucking mess. It's a mess.
Jean-Baptiste has helped reorganize the restaurant, but he's also uncovered the ultimate symptom of everything that's wrong with Lois's business. Staff are allowed to drink on the premises. I need to get to the bottom of this.
They spend a lot of money in.
They spend
at the
over
bar.
£2,000 a month in the bar.
£2,000 a month? Fuck me. 500 quid a week on staff drinks.
That's what they spend.
Have you become dependent on that?
Possibly. I guess to a degree, we sat down and looked at, how much we were earning off of them at the end of the day. It reduces the salary bill.
It's even worse than I thought. Because how on earth are you going to get the message across when you're treading on eggshells to not upset them because they're going to be spending £2,000 a month in the bar?
Fucking hell. I've never heard anything so pathetic in all my life. Everyone's taking the piss. And maybe there is an advantage having too many staff because they're spending £2,000 a month in the fucking bar drinking. And clearly, that's keeping the business afloat.
The Sandgate Hotel in Kent is in serious trouble. It's got a great location and a great chef. But an owner who hasn't got a clue how to run a business. I'm in the midst of trying to rescue it.
Fucking wake up, will you, yeah? Wake up!
In just 2 days' time, we're relaunching the restaurant with a French flavour. We're holding an oyster eating competition against a French team from Sandgate. But I've discovered that owner Lois and her manager Kirsty are getting the basics wrong. They allow their staff to use the bar as a common room, which is a surefire way to drive your customers away.
It is our fault. We have done it wrong. I can absolutely see it, that we have done it wrong. Because it's building up, it's getting more and more familiar. There are more and more drinking going, and sometimes there's so many staff, the customers can't get to the bar.
The staff are spending over 24 grand a year on booze and fags, but I'm putting a stop to it now.
Once you've finished your shift, I'm afraid you cannot come and sit in the bar and drink. Now, that has huge implications in this company. I think you all know that. That is massive.
This business is not run for staff, and the owners no longer depend on you guys putting money in behind the bar. And secondly, you've got no idea of the conflicting messages it's sending to the customers. And you can't serve a member of the public and then go and sit in the same bar and drink with them. It's not good. Never seen it in my entire life, and it's got to stop. This is not a drinking hole. This is not a socialising gaff.
Can I just ask whether, when you say staff are allowed to drink, does that mean their days off as well?
Why does anyone want to come here on their day off? Let me tell you why. Because it's too fucking easy. Let's go down to Sandgate. Let's sit there and get bladdered. Let's sit on the terrace. Let's sit. It's too comfy. Haven't you got homes to go to? It's just become too convenient. I think we can all agree that. Then when there's arses to be kicked the next day and disciplinary to take place, no one wants to listen to the owners or Kirsty because we've sort of had a chat and had a drink over it and nothing's got done. If this place has got any hope of surviving and going from strength to strength to identify the customers are more important than the staff, that has to stop.
Cheers. Let's get back to work.
We're going to have to be very careful as well because, there is a tendency to come in here and, Lois and Peter meet up in here at the end of the day and, have a drink together. I guess to a degree we're going to have to lead by example.
At last, someone's talking about leading. It's not Lois, but I think we're getting somewhere.
I'm going to have a cigarette, man.
But I'm still worried about Stuart. Since he lost the AA rosette, his morale has hit rock bottom. To have any chance of pulling off the relaunch, I need the Geordie giant back from the dark side.
Regarding the accolade, fucking get it back and get it back properly without trying to cook 168 dishes.
Yeah.
Get it back cooking a menu that you can control.
Why do you shout so much? Get my point over, man. Fucking hell.
I'm going to help him devise a new menu that's right for a seaside hotel, focusing on fresh fish with a French twist.
If I came to sit in the bar, or even sit in the restaurant here, I'd love a bowl of mule frit here.
Yeah.
I'd love a platter freedom here.
Yeah.
I'd die for it. Do you know why?
Yeah.
Because I can relate to the food, because there's the fucking sea.
Oh, it's ideal, like you say. I mean, all, you know, and price-wise as well.
Yeah.
Ideally located to buy fresh fish for basically next to nothing.
Oh, smelling it.
And wait and see this whole kitchen just waft with the smell of bouillabaisse. Yeah. The frogs will be swimming across that channel to get in here. Yeah?
What about a nice, big, sumptuous, rich pear tatin? Pears from Kent bring a little bit of fucking England meets France, France meets England.
Where's the sugar?
There.
Oh, right. Oh, Johnny. Just smell that there, the cardamom seeds. That's lovely. Okay.
As well as a new menu, we also need new customers.
So, Saga.
The biggest employer in town, with nearly 1,000 workers just around the corner from the restaurant, is Saga.
Look, sort of
Armed with 24 oysters, we've come to turn them on to fresh seafood.
Okay, here we go.
They're very nice. Delicious.
Anything happening downstairs? No, your tummy, are you feeling sort of warm and sexy?
All the produce is local fish, like you can see from the Sandgate Hotel. The same with the oysters, the same with the crab.
That's beautiful.
It's good to start talking about the other things in the menu. The idea of just getting them to sort of up to speed with the oysters is for you then to sort of let them know about everything else going on. Yeah?
It's essential the restaurant attracts locals who are still around when the tourists go home. These are the people who will keep the business afloat in the winter.
Can I ask you a question? How's your sex life? Perfect. Let me get you some oysters. Straight down. That's it. Nice.
Lovely.
And there's an added bonus for you. They've got the most amazing bedrooms upstairs if things are going to plan.
Word of mouth is the best publicity you can get in the restaurant trade, and hopefully we've just set 1,000 tongues wagging.
Tuna, small or large? It's on the menu as 2 sizes.
But Lois's front of house team are still flapping. She treats them like her extended family and seems afraid to discipline them. It's got to change.
And I've been racking my brains out all fucking week on how Lois can get really strong with her staff. And I've got a little idea.
Keep on running. Keep on hiding.
Do you know, just one of them.
No, that's really terrible.
You greasy fucker. Lovely.
Assertiveness training, chef style.
Really tell him exactly what you think of him.
Luca, I think you're an extremely nice person and you're an asset to the place.
Oh
but
dear.
you have
She's
got
more
to
like
speak to
mum than
me
matron.
Like I own it. You have got to have respect for me, and I don't think you have.
Yeah. I think with him, you've got to get really to the point. So I'm not going to put that there. Luca, every time I want something, you do it. Do as you're told, or look for a new fucking job.
Right. Now,
You don't have to say fucking. It's the chef's thing. Fire away.
Luca, it's time that you learnt. I cannot put up with you interrupting me all the time and not doing what I ask you. You work for me. I do not work for you.
Good. Much better.
Chef, every time I speak to you, you interrupt me. It's absolutely gobsmacking, and it's incredibly bad manners. Kevin, you'll come steaming in and interrupt and start talking over the top of me. Do not do it.
Now we're getting somewhere.
I need respect from everybody. Listen to what I'm telling you, and for Christ's sake, get on with it.
Good. Do you feel any better?
Yeah, it's lovely, isn't it?
Do you? Now I want you to do it for real.
Yep.
Yeah.
The real thing.
The real thing. We have a quick word with Luca. Yeah. Tell him what you want. Tell him what you need, and tell him how important this is to you.
Yes.
And how he does as he's told.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you want me to do it for you?
No.
Let's go. Absolutely. Whoever you wish.
When I said to you last night that Cynthia was to do the ladies in the bar, immediately you said to me, Cynthia mustn't do the ladies in the bar.
If it's like me and Kevin coordinating the function, then you come in, breaking in without instructions. It's going to be so many people giving instructions.
That's what I'm here to do. I have to control it, Luca.
Basically, in a nutshell, just do as she says.
Sure.
And if you've got an issue with it, talk to her after service. But in the middle of service, do as she says.
Yeah.
Okay.
I must be heard and taken notice of.
Okay.
Good.
Thank you. Nice one. Thank you.
Lois has finally discovered her inner chef, and not a moment too soon.
Do as I say. End of story.
In a few hours' time, we relaunch the restaurant.
And this menu, yeah, is clear, straightforward. It can be eaten in the restaurant, it can be eaten on the terrace, and it can be eaten in the bar.
60 of the area's most influential people are coming for lunch, so the chefs will need to pull together like a team.
I've got here, for you guys, the most amazing jackets. Spotless. Guess what we're going to do before we put those jackets on?
Oh, no.
Go on.
Oh, we're going in the sea.
We're going in the sea, exactly. We're going to have a quick dip before lunch. Who's up for it? Come on, you can all do in a fucking shower. Here we go.
With great seafood on the menu, the first to arrive, naturally enough, are the French.
Welcome to the Sandgate Hotel.
This is the team that the chefs are taking on in the oyster shucking competition after lunch, and it looks like they've all been in training.
So this is the patron, sorry, Louis, excuse me.
Enchanté. One tuna, large portion.
Yeah, chef.
One coq au vin.
With the first orders in, the kitchen swings into action.
That looks beautiful, there. Very nice. It's all in the hat, yeah? Good man.
What a transformation from a week ago. The food's simple, the chefs are calm, collected and working as a team. But for Lois and her waiters upstairs, it's a different story. It's going pear-shaped.
I've never seen them so far in the shit upstairs, you know that?
All my guys have came in early. They're crack of dawn. We had time to go for a swim. We had time to go for a swim before service. But I tell you what, I know who's swimming now. Huh?
I think they're about to sink, don't you?
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
I need to find out what's happening and stop the rot. Another wrong order means more work for the chefs.
We've got to cook the salmon again, though, haven't we?
Yeah, but you had one.
It's only a table of two. If it's a table of six, I can understand. But one table of two is ordered wrong, big boy. Come on.
I know, it was the noise.
Let's go. Oh, come on. What is it? Glass everywhere. Let me just start the table again.
And to top it all, the general manager is having a drink on the terrace, and Lois hasn't stopped her. What is going on?
It's 1:30 coming up. Just out of interest, why can't Kirsty jump in and give us a hand? It's such a big day. No disrespect, but having drinks with her mates. You know, a day like today, what kind of message is that serving? Kirsty, can you help out? No one's taking care of the terrace. One table's already left because they wouldn't have their order taken. We just need general help. Yeah?
I'll just find out from Lois where she wants me.
It's an absolute nightmare. And these poor men out here still waiting for their main course.
Yeah.
Better go and chase that one.
Everyone should be hands on fucking deck now, you know that?
Yeah.
A week ago, it was pandemonium down here and fuck all happening upstairs. Now, it's pandemonium upstairs and everything's happening here, you know that?
2 oysters natural, 1 oyster deep fried, 2 prawns.
Lois is finally getting control front of house. She's cracking the whip with her staff and getting them working like a team. For the first time in a week, the customer's been put first.
Formidable. C'est absolument formidable. What an improvement. Santé. Sandgate. It's very nice to see more fish on the menu, particularly as we're near to the sea. I'm enjoying it very much. I love Bourg-Marie here on both sides of the channel.
That is only what is left because, come on, being French, we have tuck out of it.
Feel like a millionaire.
Stuart and the chefs have pulled it off.
Thanks to these guys as well.
Now they face the French team in the oyster eating competition. Special events that get the restaurant noticed and talked about are a great way to bring in more custom.
Welcome to the first ever Sandgate versus Sandgate oyster shucking competition. Which, within 5 minutes, you're going to have to open and eat as many oysters as possible. Go! Allez, madame!
If Lois and Peter can make this an annual competition, it will help improve Anglo-French relations and do their restaurant a power of good into the bargain.
1 minute to go! 3, 2, 1, stop! 28 for the French! Excuse me, please, and Peter, for the Sandgate English, how many, please?
I'm afraid we only did 76.
76! Well done, Sandgate. Thank you. Okay, Stuart, put that down.
Jesus, she's trying to drag me back to France. Today's been a great launch pad for the restaurant. Now it's up to Lois to take the place forward and run it like a business, not like her living room.
Stay on top of them, yeah? I saw it a week ago thinking, God, you know, you may own the place, but you're not running it.
Yeah.
You've got to run it and own it. There's a big difference.
There is.
Yeah, and don't fall in love with it, because it's a job.
Correct.
Yeah? You got to keep at them, and on them, and at them, and on them, and at them.
But for my money, Stuart's the hero. When he lost his rosette earlier this week, I thought I'd lost him. But all credit to him, he's pulled it round.
You deserve to make it yours.
Yeah.
Stick to what you know you can do properly and stand firm on that one. Hey, you still look like Jimmy now.
Was it the nose or the accent or?
The accent.
The accent.
Can you sing?
Yeah.
Give us a song.
Wild beer and spirits all the time.
They've got 6 weeks until I come back. I hope they're still singing then.
She's always on my mind.
At the beginning of the summer, I spent a week at the Sandgate Hotel.
God, it looks like something out of a porn movie.
I couldn't work out if it was a comedy or a tragedy.
Oh, 4 minutes on a bison garnish, please.
I simplified the food, got the owner to run the place like a business,
I must be heard and taken notice of.
and made a splash at the relaunch. 6 weeks later, I'm back.
Good morning. How are you?
Thank you. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
Lois at the helm,
Hi, Peter.
that's a good sign.
Hello, Gordon.
Are you well?
I'm well, thanks.
Yes? Here's one I caught earlier. Present for Stuart. Good to see you both.
I'm sure he'll be delighted.
Is he downstairs?
Yep, he is.
What do you mean, fucking hell? That's not a nice reception.
How are you
Very
doing?
well, thank you. How are you?
Very well, huh?
How are you?
Yeah, good.
We put that in the fridge and we'll have a chat about that later.
The last time I was here, the staff was spending $2 grand a month in the bar. And before I banned it, Stuart was one of the worst offenders.
What have you been spending your money on per month that you're not spending upstairs in the bar?
Decided to go out there and have a little baby, man.
No.
Yeah.
That's fantastic news.
Yeah. So been spending too much time at home.
See what happens? That's great news.
In the kitchen, he's got a new system to tell the waiters upstairs when the food is ready.
Explain it to me.
It's a vibrating system.
A vibrating system.
So if it's waiter number 1,
yeah,
we'll then press the number 1 button. Gives them a little tickle.
All the waiters are working with vibrators.
Fucking hell.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah,
and any waitresses need more sort of jigs than any other?
Yeah. I mean, if it doesn't come out, I just give them all a tickle. Like.
One thing very interesting that the customers that come now are not the people that we had before. They're totally different. It's been an amazingly
Which is great
good
news.
week. Really fantastic.
It's great to see Lois and Peter moving the business forward with new customers and new ideas.
We've had the till moved from downstairs when we closed. When you were here, when we closed down, we had someone do all the rewiring and put this till in here.
But crucially, how's the new menu doing?
I don't know if the boys told you, but on Friday we sold out of seafood.
40 covers on Tuesday and 50 covers on Wednesday, so...
You know, selling out of seafood, you know, we never used to do that.
Can the business survive?
If it continues going on like this now, yes.
Since I was last here, turnover's nearly doubled to 14.5 grand a week. So they must be getting something right.
Good. Ooh.
Time to find out for myself.
Can I have a look at the bar menu? But I'm not going in there to eat.
Oh no, you can eat in here, it's fine.
Wow, that's great.
Okay.
Thank you. Good. Big breakthrough. Christ. I'm in the same place I was a month ago. And Lois is outside as a host, checking customers coming through, arranging the table plan, and almost slightly looking concerned, which I like to see her worried. That means she's moving her ass.
I think it's going much better. It's much calmer. The whole system is working.
The first time he came to eat here, he was chewing on raw sushi rice.
I want to see if the big bad Geordie has regained his passion for food. So I've challenged him to cook me something special with my sea bass.
All right. We hope it's more successful than the last day.
Go on then. What? No, just the thanks. Let me ask you a question first.
Yeah.
What did you think of the sea bass?
Well, I thought it was following along the themes, where straightforward, not complicating the flavours. I think if I was to have that dish on the menu, I think it would probably fly out the door.
I thought the dish was absolutely fantastic.
Yeah?
I really enjoyed it.
Excellent.
And that's the best dish I've eaten at the Sandgate Hotel since I've been here. Next time I see you, you can have a baby girl or a baby boy.
You know what it is?
Go on.
You know that day we had that oyster eating contest?
Yes.
I think
that was night, was it?
I think it might have been like...
That sea bass was memorable. What more could you ask? Right. And don't tell him. I didn't really catch it. I bought it from the fucking fishmonger.
Next on 4, those nurses are back with a new series, and temptation is never far away in No Angels. Then at 11:05, Frank and Sheila have a shameless house guest with a voracious sexual appetite.
Table 2, 2 moves, 1 bread and butter pudding. Have I got it?
The business can't get any worse. I don't think you can actually cook.
If you'd have fucking talked
If you can't cook a fucking mussel...
You had fucking talked...
Go on.
Yeah,
Finish it then.